So we have it confirmed. It's gonna be Liverpool versus AS Roma in the semi-finals, and that is gonna be awesome. Very, very awesome. I'm not gonna be one of these people that's gonna be writing off Roma. No way. No way. You could never write off Roma with what they've just done in their quarter-final games. The fact that they've knocked out Barcelona when it looked like Roma were dead and buried, you can never, ever, ever write off someone like Roma. They've got talent. They've got They've got really good players up and down the pitch, and they've got friggin' fight, desire, everything like that. You've seen it if you watch their highlights of the game they had in the second leg against Barcelona. They absolutely threw everything at Barcelona, and it worked. Obviously, the other tie is Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. I think it's Bayern Munich at home first. Real Madrid will be away for the first leg, and I think that's a good tie for Bayern Munich as well. Bayern Munich very strong team. Real Madrid will be missing Sergio Ramos for the first leg because he was on the touchline or in the tunnel watching the end of the game against Juventus. So that's going to be a big miss. You saw how much that defence missed Ramos when he wasn't in there for Juventus for that against Juventus. You saw how much that defence needed him. His leadership might not be the best defender in the world, but he is one hell of a leader, and I think that'll be a big miss, and that could be a deciding factor in that game. You never know though, because Ronaldo is a hell of a deciding factor in any game that he plays in. Um, I'll do proper full video of all the predictions. Like, my feelings right now are this is going to be a tough game for Liverpool. This is going to be a tough tie. Both games are going to be tough. We're at home for the first leg, so that's, maybe we can do, sort of what we did against Man City. Who knows? But I think that's one thing that we do definitely have to do is stop the away goal and get on the front foot as quickly as possible. For right now, for whenever these games are played, whenever these semi-final games are played, at that point, if we've got top four secure, and we're definitely going to be in the top four, I wouldn't mind us changing the teams completely in the Premier League. Changing them completely, and I mean taking Mane, Firmino, Salah, Van Dijk, taking them guys out of those games, putting some other people as well. And, because if you've got top four secure, then it doesn't really matter because we've got no one's got a chance of coming first. Let's have it right. No one's got a chance of coming first. That is definitely Man City's. So between second, third, and fourth, you all go into the groups next year for the Champions League. There's no qualification process like we did against Hoffenheim this year. There's no qualification process. We have to hammer that home. Some people seem to miss that we don't have to qualify. If you finish fourth, finish third, you finish second, you're all into the group stage straight away. All it means is it might affect seeding. It might affect who you get seeded against. Might make it more difficult for you. Other than that, you're in the Champions League. So for me, I would much rather, if we get to that point sooner rather than later, and we pick up the points, we get top four secure, I would change our teams in the Premier League a lot more, take out a lot of our first team regulars, and then just save them for the Champions League games. Absolutely save them for the Champions League games, because we're going to need the absolute freshest team possible and the strongest team possible against Roma. Roma have been looked at so far by a lot of people as still one of the weaker teams in this semi-final. They've just knocked out a team in Barcelona who people probably would have thought they're definitely going to be in the semi-finals. They could even be most definitely in the final itself. And they knocked out Barcelona, and they didn't knock out Barcelona by luck. They really, really worked for it, from goalkeeper, defence, midfield, right through to the strikers and the forwards. They really put in a complete performance against Barcelona, and that's a hell of a thing for us to look out for, because we have to make sure that we do our job, especially at home. We have to make sure that we perform very well at home, because their atmosphere looks very, very intense. Looks really intense. And that could be something that, again, if we have our atmosphere like we have it against Man City, they'll have their atmosphere like they've had it against Barcelona, and they were well up for it. Everybody was. They were bouncing, and it was an unreal atmosphere to listen to and see. So we've got to make sure that first thing we do, we solidify top four as quickly as possible, change things around in the Premier League, and make sure that we just absolutely go for it in these Champions League games. I'm not going to do a prediction right now. I'm going to do those a little bit later down the line, a bit longer down the line. But I wanted to do a reaction video of just, you know what, I would have been happy whoever we got, and I genuinely mean that. I would have been happy if we'd got Real Madrid. I would have been happy if we'd got Bayern Munich, because at this point right now, I firmly believe Liverpool can beat anybody that we come up against over two legs, especially in my opinion. That's just what I believe. If you get past the quarterfinals, you get past that, I believe we can go on. We're not here, we're not here by chance. We aren't here by chance. We're not at this stage by chance. We're here because we deserve to be here. We're here because we are good enough to be here, and we are at this stage because we deserve it. We do. We've put in the hard work, put in the hard graft. Remember, first couple of months of our Champions League campaign in the group stages, things weren't looking great. I remember referencing the 2014-15 season where we completely, it almost looked like we weren't at all ready for the Champions League at that stage. We really weren't, and we were out of it pretty quick. But we're turning it around, and we have turned it around. We deserve to be here. I don't care what any other fan base says. I don't care what anyone says, Man United fans, Man City fans, even fans from abroad. We deserve to be where we are right now. And I firmly believe we can go all the way. That is my thoughts right now. Let me know yours in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video and sticking with me all these months throughout this season. It's been unreal support from you guys, and I thank you so much for it. If you liked the video, please do like it, and if you're new around here, do subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification, and you'll make sure you get notified of every single video that I make. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always, and I will catch you later.